Hey everyone, welcome to Working Horses with Jim, where we talk about working draft horses, and we log with them, we farm with them, but recently we've been doing a lot of farming with them because it is haying season. Behind me you can see that we have a wagon full of hay in our sawmill building. It's there undercover because we got a lot of hay in yesterday. And we've had some nice hay weather, which has really been great. And I'll even take you back to yesterday when Jim was out raking in the field, and we got some aerial shots of what was going on.
Good morning, everybody. Today we are raking our last piece of hay on what we call the upper farm. We still have one more field down the road, a 12-acre field, that has to be done, but at least now we're finishing up the last field on the main farm. This is always a kind of a hard field to rake. It's just an odd shaped field, and so usually I just rake around and around the field with a few short straight rows in the very center. Sometimes I will try to make more straight rows, but it's always hard to know exactly how to rake this field. Anyways, it was a very good crop. We've had a very good crop the whole haying season so far. This field here was not lodged, so it cut very well. And it looks like we're going to get a decent amount of tonnage on this field. This morning I have to think now. I have Earl and Baron raking for us. Like I said, some of these corners are quite sharp and a little bit hard to rake. They also are a little bit hard to bale. When I'm baling them, I have to continually be watching my thrower to make sure I have adjusted so the bales make it into the wagon. It is so much easier to bale when I have nice straight lines to follow, but it's actually a lot faster to bale and rake when I just go around and around the field. One of the most pleasant views I feel on the farm in the summertime is raking of hay. I love to see the views, especially from the air, of a field being raked. I don't know, there's just something about it that I just really enjoy seeing. now we'll go and check out the two fillies, Belle and Liberty, and see how they're doing. They have been spending their time out to pasture, and they seem to be doing quite well. Every morning I take grain out to them. Most of the time when the horses are out to pasture, they really don't need any grain, but I don't know. These two are not really doing quite as good as I have hoped that they would. They've been wormed several times, and so I don't know if worms is still an issue, but they're still not as fat as I'd like them to be. So this is the last field down at the end of the field that we finished up yesterday, and this is the field I thought I was going to have to mow all one way, and maybe I should have, but I went around it and it thought it was mowing pretty good, but it really didn't. It was lodged pretty bad on the left-hand side of this field as we're looking at it right now. On the right-hand side, it mowed quite well. But I guess I'm just as glad I just finished it up and moved on. But there is quite a lot of stubble out in that field. Here are the windrows that are still left from the wet spot that we will get baled up sometime very soon. And here is our oat field that is greening back up again and is going to make a nice hay field, I'm sure. Our corn ground is doing really well. The further piece has been cultivated for the last time, and this front piece here will still have to be cultivated once or maybe twice more. Enjoyed this aerial shot of our farm, and let's get back to today's activities.
And now back to this morning. Yesterday we also put a lot of hay in the barn, and both of us feel pretty tired from our pursuits of yesterday, because we started the day by putting in hay that we had getting the hay into the barn that we had got off the field the day before. And this morning I'll show you what hay we have to put in the barn. But I also wanted to share with you some of the things, a couple little tips and things that Jim's been doing here on the farm just to make everything work, and so that he can get everything done, as we don't have a lot of help. One of the things is that it is horse pulling season, and Jim wants to keep the horses in shape. And yes, yesterday Earl was in the field raking hay, but he and Bill also are doing like a weightlifting kind of workout here by doing by going around with a stone boat. And what Jim did is he hooked them up, and it's early in the morning so that it's not so hot. And he took them around the loop a couple times with this, and then he lets them rest, and he's up in the barn stacking hay. So let's go up and see how it's going up in the barn. So we are up in the hay barn, and Jim does the stacking in the barn. He's such a good stacker. He stacks on the wagon. He stacks up in the barn. He does a great job. And what I did yesterday was I put this load of hay in through the elevator up there, and it dropped here. And then Jim comes in when he can and stacks it. And meanwhile, the horses are resting outside. So it works out pretty good for everybody. Sometimes when you're unloading hay and it's dropping off the elevator, it can be dangerous business. I bet some of you out there have gotten hit on the head by a bale dropping off the elevator, and it ain't fun. I know from experience, and so doesn't Jim. So sometimes he just likes to do it just like this. And the temperature up here this morning is bearable, but it's going to get quite hot today. Hey everybody, just wanted to show a little something. It's really silly, but it's made quite a difference. And sometimes things in life are like that. Recently, Jim just tied a rope over here by the watering tub, and it's just one little thing that makes a difference, because sometimes we have all the doors open to keep it cool, like on this hot morning, and it's a pain to close all the doors, and you want to be off doing something else, like bedding down the stalls, but the horses also need to be watered. So just having this little rope here helps. Although right now Baron is getting naughty and realizing he can go out there and get hay, so I got to take care of him. So I was just wondering, what are some tips and tricks that you guys have, just that make your life easier if you have horses? What do you have to share with us? Before we end this video, I have a tip of what not to do in your garden. And I'll take you back to yesterday to show you what happened. Got a problem this morning with our little chicken Lynette. I put these sticky traps in the garden to catch cucumber beetles. The yellow's supposed to attract them, but unfortunately she got too close. I never thought about this, and she has been running around trying to get rid of it, and she's so freaked out she won't let me catch her to help her. So I am just gonna have to let her be for a little bit, and hopefully tonight I can get it off, if not before. Hopefully she doesn't get so upset that she works herself into a tizzy. But funny times on the farm. I just cornered her in the, she went into the chicken coop, so I cornered her and took it off. She's a little upset, but I think she'll be okay. Well, a new day has dawned. The hay is off the field into the barn, and it's time to replenish the soil. Jim is spreading chicken manure this morning with Earl and Baron, and we're thinking it looks like we're going to get rain this afternoon, so that will be just perfect. Well, we hope you guys have a fabulous day. Thanks for watching Working Horses with Jim.